Welcome to the newest episode of Handheld Heaven, where we today have kind of a theme going on, or at least you do.
I do,
I've
yeah.
just chosen random games. But your theme is, I should say it's iOS games, and it's engines,
yeah.
Right?
The first game is also coming out on Android actually, but yes, the point is Wild Blood is a new hack and slash from Gameloft, and it's the first game using the Unreal Engine. And it's basically been an engine that has been used for, you know, sort of start-stop games, like Infinity Blade, you know, where you move a bit to a certain point and then you fight and so on. Yeah. But what makes this interesting is that it's actually a true 3D hack and slash adventure. And it's awesome. You are probably gonna think it's not by playing the first half hour, basically because you only got one button and you don't really see the depth of the game. But it left me with the feeling I had first time playing Uncharted on the PlayStation 3 actually. It's not comparable to Uncharted, but sitting with a tablet and playing a game that gives you this grand adventure and feeling the console quality is quite amazing.
Okay, so that's the Unreal Engine.
Yes,
and
that's the Unreal Engine. And the next one is not the Unreal Engine, but
smooth.
Yes, but that's what makes it interesting because it's Avengers Initiative. Initiative. I give up. I go home. Bye. And it's made to look like Infinity Blade, completely.
Okay.
And Infinity Blade is the Unreal Engine, but this one is Unity. And that's a bit strange to see something like this because Unity is one of my favorite engines for at least handheld games. And of course you've got Hulk, and he just has to smash through endless waves of enemies, exactly like Infinity Blade. And that's a problem because I mean Infinity Blade was sort of the wow experience when you saw it the first time, and now a year or so later you begin to realize that okay, well it's start stop, and I'm not really sure I'm entertained by that anymore.
Yeah, and as you said with the first game, other games have shown that it's possible to do open worlds.
So you end up with something that plays just like Infinity Blade, but feels a bit bland.
Okay.
Also because I mean they're trying to do something like showing Nick Fury from S.H.I.E.L.D. and making it really Marvel. I mean Hulk as a character, the only thing he does is say after every battle.
Yeah.
I mean, he has a few conversations in the game, but it's just not interesting. They're promising to expand the game with several new characters, like Captain America and stuff like that, but we haven't seen that yet. It's still a gorgeous looking game if you need something else than Infinity Blade, but that plays like Infinity Blade, you can pick it up safely.
So let's skip to the third game, because I must admit that's by far the game I'm most excited about.
Yes, I wasn't expecting anything like this. This is Rayman Jungle Run, and it's based on the Origins engine, and it just plays amazing. I don't know if you can catch it on camera, but you've got Rayman, and you've got one button, and that's it.
Yeah, because it is an endless runner, right?
Well, yes, it looks like an endless runner, but it's got separate levels.
Okay.
And you actually get a lot of nifty tricks, like you can hover, you can jump, you can wall climb, and it's all done with one press.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing, and everything works. And it just leaves you with that feeling you used to have when playing amazing platformers.
Yeah, and from what I saw before, it's absolutely gorgeous.
It looks amazing.
Yeah.
and it plays like a dream. I mean, this is the one game you should pick up if you have any interest in Rayman or platforming. It's tailored for the platform and it just works.
Yeah.
Is now, Sackboy. Destiny awaits.
I don't know, you've got something that's tailored for platform as well?
Yeah, you could say that. It's Little Big Planet Vita. And I mean, it's pretty easy to think of all the possibilities of the PlayStation Vita and think of Little Big Planet, and it's just like a match made in heaven. So, of course, you have all the creativity of the previous Little Big Planet games, but this time around, you're able to use both the back touch screen.
I think it's called the Rare.
Yeah. So you can actually push out platforms by pushing the back of the screen, and you can also push them in by using the front of the screen. Also, of course, you can use all the touch possibilities to shape the worlds you want to create in the game, like just like you would on the iPad. You can pull in them and everything, and it just works for the game. On top of that, you have the quality from the previous Little Big Planet game, so it's a top-notch project, and it just works on the platform. Even more impressive than that is actually the small mini games that just shows you some of the creativity that you can pull out of this game. And I mean, it's got everything from racing games to pinball games to tilt stuff, and everything just works.
Yeah,
I was really impressed, and it's probably the most all-around solid Little Big Planet game of the whole series so far, and that's high praise. Yeah. That's high praise.
I know I didn't really like the first one. But I didn't love it, and I think the physics felt too floaty, and I never understood why you needed that third layer, the third dimension.
That's true.
And now it just clicks. I mean, it's just like, wow. That's why.
Yeah, and especially you mentioned the layers of each level.
Yeah.
That used to be a huge problem because with proper platforming, you couldn't really decide where you needed to go. The system sort of takes care of that now, and it seems kind of cheap, but then again, it works, and it makes for a better experience.
That was a little bit of excitement, wasn't it?
Also, I've been playing Soundchips on the PS Vita. Again, one of the games I was really looking forward to, and I must admit I'm a little bit disappointed. It was supposed to be, as I understood it at least, like a platform game that combined music making, and it's got some really decent artists in there, Beck and Deadmau5 and everything. But to me at least, the whole experience comes off as more of like, like project than a game. Yeah. In that it isn't so much music as just, sound projects that kind of emanates from the game, and everything you do kind of sets off a new sound that gets mixed into the soundtrack, but the soundtrack is
kind of activate loops.
Yeah, exactly. Like you kind of activate loops, and it's not really music, it's more loops. And especially in the Beck levels, which I found the most impressive, every time I was sitting there thinking, yeah, this sounds really good, this is getting really exciting, it just stops and starts with new loops, and it gets kind of like an abrupt ending to the whole experience.
But you've got play, create, share stuff as well in that.
Yes, you can pretty much do what you want with the game, create new levels, share them with everyone, and there's of course already some really exciting levels coming up from all kinds of users, but it wasn't really what I was expecting, and I'm kind of hoping that this is one of the games that will just expand from here and turn into something really good.
So basically, if you want to play a fun experiment, you could go for it. Yes. But if you're expecting a game, I would say
that's pretty much it. Lastly, new Super Mario Bros. 2 blah 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 golden happiness thingy for the 3DS. It's Mario, and some will hate that, and some will absolutely love it. I have been enjoying the game with my son. I love the Mario games, and this is pretty much what I wanted. It's old school classic Mario with the twist that this time around he's more gold happy than ever before. And I mean, it really doesn't come that heavily into play. You will see like new possibilities where you can have like golden shields that drop coins, and you will get many more extra lives than ever before. But what you should buy the game for is that it's old school Mario. And if you love that kind of game, it really doesn't get any better. than here.
So the coins, I've heard a bit about them playing sort of a high score world.
Yeah. There is this whole possibility of comparing your scores with players from all over the world, and that depends on how many coins you pick up. But then again, that's not really what I'm playing a Mario game for.
Sure.
It's a nice addition, but I really just want to explore the worlds and the funny characters and jump on stuff and pick up fire flowers and everything. And that is really what you should buy the game for. If you're expecting something new, this isn't the game for you. But I mean, I still think it's very, very funny and entertaining. So, you want to round this off?
Yeah, I think this concludes our Handheld Heaven for this time. Enjoy.